Hello, 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 and welcome back to Fair Fight, North Carolina. I'm your host, Bobby Jones, once again with the subject matter expert himself, Mr. Scott Peoples. So, Scott, I'll let you talk a little bit about what you got to take part in and who you got to introduce.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bobby. Yeah, it was a really cool event. Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona, definitely one of the most high profile veterans we have in Congress. And then a rising star, but also something who our current attorney general and, a potential Senate candidate in the future, Jeff Jackson, who's currently in the Army National Guard as a major. And then, as we all know, Mark Kelly is a former Navy combat pilot. So they were in town. But it was a really cool event where it was over 300 veterans across North Carolina. I got to moderate the event, so I got to interview both of them and learned a lot. They were there really, talking about the cuts to the VA and what Mark Kelly's seeing in Congress, and then what Jeff Jackson's seeing across North Carolina, and then how we can push back against Trump's policies. So for people that are looking at their screens and, worried about every day, going to events like this is really uplifting because you see people that are really passionate about wanting to help veterans make a difference, and as a veteran, how they can use their voice. So,
Scott, let me ask you this: as far as how this fits into North Carolina moving forward with the midterms in 2028, are we starting to see candidates really move to the forefront, and if so, who and why and how?
yeah, great question. So the main purpose of Mark Kelly being out there was to support the Democratic nominee for Senate North Carolina, former Governor Roy Cooper, who just a few weeks ago announced his candidacy, really got millions of dollars of grassroots donors right off the bat. I don't think anyone's going to challenge him, knowing his history in the state. Former governor, former attorney general, former state senator. He's done it all.
Mm.
Never lost an election. And on the Republican side, Trump coronated Michael Whatley, who most recently was head of the RNC with Laura Trump. And before that was, top-notch election denier, top-notch Trump bootlicker. He'll be like Ted Budd, who's up in 2028, will do whatever Trump wants, whatever Trump says. Not very charismatic. He's never run for office before. He's mainly been more of a political operative. So, it's a really prime opportunity for Democrats to pick it up. So,
Wow. And once again, to recap, you have a seasoned, proven political leader that led the entire state, and Roy Cooper running for Senate against basically one of Trump's henchmen, for lack of a better term. So, no, yeah, North Carolina, you once again, you have an important decision to make, and
yep.
very often the way North Carolina goes is the way the country goes. So hopefully you will make the right decision.